itself, first of all, need to tell the community that this is your university. The community must know that it's not here for somebody else, it's here for us. When that university is running, business in Garissa runs. You know, over 1,000 children, students in the university is an injection into the economy of that town, of that city, of about 1,000 people. They buy bread, they buy milk, they use water, you know, bottled water, and other amenities. Now that is big business in the city. It's part of what helps a city to grow. There are several factors that could help a city to grow. Even the military barracks there helps, but the university helps more. Now the community needs to realize they must sustain this university. As a result, they become actually the intelligence that the university needs to know of any impending issues in the neighborhood. And I can assure you there is no terrorist that flies in the air and just lands at a target. They come through the community, somebody was able to spot them. So if the community can own the project, this is the most critical part. And I ask government, I ask political leaders, I ask all players in the industry in Garissa to mobilize the people of Garissa County to stand together with that university and say this is our university. Because if its closure affects them, look at why has the attitude of our brothers and sisters, Muslim brothers and sisters in Mandera, for example, changed. They realize terrorism is affecting them. It's affecting their schools, it's affecting their children, it's affecting their economy. And they are not participants, they are not co-perpetrators. They are innocent Kenyans who have just been caught in the crossfire, collateral damage. And so they say, no, we won't keep quiet, we're going to do something. And I think that act by those Muslim brothers is new blood into the fight against terrorism.
It's a new wave of fighting terrorism, absolutely. Now, you've talked about the community and what the community needs to do, and it's to realize, which I think, based on the last incident, there's definitely a change of attitude and plan, even by the community, with the Muslim brothers coming out to defend their Christian brothers. But now, what about the security forces, government for security forces? What needs to be in place?
We know before Garissa attack that there was intelligence that there would be an attack. A couple of institutions in Garissa town closed, like the medical school, the teacher school, a training center, I mean. They closed way in advance. And so the intelligence around the attack was kind of not acted on. And we know, we saw Honorable Kaiseri crack the whip shortly after that and put some people on the spot for irresponsibility. So the security forces, first of all, need to intensify the intelligence. First of all, gather it. They must gather raw actionable intelligence. They must know what's happening. Two, those that are supposed to act on the intelligence, the police, the military, need to actualize the intelligence. Three, the university leadership, the Senate and the people responsible for the leadership of the university should now integrate security programs into the university's daily life. They should be able to sensitize the students. Those students should not spend a week in the university before there is a counter-terrorism summit, before there is a counter-terrorism exercise and training in that university, to prepare them and tell them, look, we want you to be here, we will do everything for you to be here, but sometimes bad things happen. And when they happen, this is what you do. So this must be a concerted effort. And of course, we learned from Garissa's experience that the 9-hour response time was our biggest undoing.
Way too long.
Yeah, we should up our game. And one recommendation that I did for Senate when I consulted for them on counterterrorism is, why don't we devolve these special forces like the Reke Squad? Why don't we create more units around the country, key cities? Because God forbid, if we were hit simultaneously, a simultaneous attack in Kisumu, Nakuru, Mombasa, Eldoret, Nairobi, we would be completely helpless. If one attack like Garissa University, we wouldn't be able to respond
in good time.
Yeah.
Okay, let's come to Strathmore University, because that was a good initiative, possibly as a response to what we should know, and also equipping us with knowledge that helps us at the point of exit. I always say that when you get into a hotel room, they normally have a fire exit plan. And that fire exit plan is not for you to read when the fire is on. You're supposed to read it before. So that is what Strathmore University was trying to do. But obviously it went awry and went wrong. Maybe looking and moving forward, what do we learn from that, and what needs to have been done for us to ensure that this does not happen again, yet we are still prepared, because a drill is necessary?
Oh yes. In fact, I encourage more universities to do the drill. What I think was omitted was the technical aspect, because previously even about experts here, talk about was there even legal advice. Even the legal department was not asked if something goes wrong, how do we get to deal with the possible litigations that may be raised against the university. Now some people have lost their jobs. I think those in charge, those responsible for security, planning and management, should be able to involve all the key stakeholders. And in this case, I mean experts, people like us, people like could be asked, Mbijiwe, come tell us, what can we do? Talk to consultants, talk to Counterterrorism Center itself. Right. They are very qualified officers. National Counterterrorism Center say, gentlemen, can we sit together and do a concerted, flawless, exercise? Universities should do it. In fact, those universities that don't do it should be questioned. As to why. Government should ask them, what measures have you put in place? If we've never even heard of a fire drill in the university, of a security drill in the university, what have you done? Because others, out of the Strathmore experience, are going to bury their head in the sand. And I challenge Strathmore University. I saw what they did. I saw their newspaper advertisement, the steps they took to deal with the situation. But however, though that appeals to the public, I asked the university to be bold enough to do the right thing. Call experts, let's sit together, design an exercise and repeat it, and do one that has no mistakes, yet prepare the university. That way we know they are bold. Yeah.
Now, our university and public places are common in have similarities in that they are places which have many people and obviously would be easy targets. That's where terrorists would want to attack. How do we enlighten the general public now away from universities? We talk about malls, we talk about markets, we talk about public bus stations. How do we get information to them? Because this is another area that is ignored. If a terrorist attack, God forbid, in that situation, what do we need to do?
Exactly. And now this brings us to one very important point that we've talked about for a long time, our security culture as a nation. Sadly, our security culture has always been at its lowest.
And reactive more than...
Yeah, it changed proactive. Slightly after Westgate and a little bit more after Garissa. Yet, we still see people, completely, walking almost blind and ignorant of the fact that there could be a bomb around them. We tell people, you may not see a bomb, but the bomb sees you. See, so we need now to do community counterterrorism programs. And I know, I've read the new, I think it's a policy, there's a word I'm missing, by the Nyumba Kumi. I'll send it by the chairman. And now they want to engage the public in participatory sessions and forums of national security that involves the public. Because, my brother, what we've suffered in this country from the Kanu era is where we thought security was somebody else's business. And that it was an area we can never discuss. Me and 10 years, 20 years, earlier, previously, me and you could not discuss this thing openly. I go on TV, on radio, people ask me questions about security. I tell them we should thank God that we're in this generation. Because if it was 20 years ago, I would finish this show and there would be a special branch van waiting for me outside to ask me, why did you talk about bombs? Why did you talk about grenades? Now we do it in churches. Churches invite us, we train them. Schools invite us, we train them. Organizations, NGOs are taking their people through security training. So we need everybody in this country to work together. It may not be government's entire responsibility. I wish they could do it, but sometimes.
Well, that's what we have for your news center, and do stay with us right here on KTN News. Coming up next is Africa Journal. From me, I'll wish you a fantastic day. Do join me tomorrow. We've got Mercy Masika as our person of interest and find out where she came from, how she grew up on Morning Express. So from me, have yourselves a great day. A very good morning. My name is Michael Gitonga.